Hi, this is our second video on trigonometry and our second video on Pythagoras. But in this video, we're going to learn how to find a shorter side in a right angle triangle. Remember, trigonometry is part of mathematics that explores triangles. But we're looking at right angle triangles. Right angle triangles have a little square in the corner, which indicates that angle is exactly 90 degrees, a right angle. Right. Remember this word hypotenuse? It is the length of the long diagonal side in a right angle triangle. We call it C instead for now, and it's always opposite the right angle. Remember the other two sides we're going to call A and B. And to be honest, it doesn't matter which way around A and B are. Here's the rule that Pythagoras proved. A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Right, cool, let's get into some examples. Here's our first example, number 1. We've got a right angled triangle and we know two sides of the triangle. One side's 5 centimeters and one side's 13 centimeters. In this example, we know C, we know the long side, we know the hypotenuse. And we're going to try and figure out one of the other sides, one of the shorter sides. So let's label the other two sides A and B. And it's not really important which way around, but in this example, notice I've labeled A 5 and B is the side we don't know, the side we're going to find out. So here's the rule, A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. Now because we're trying to find B in this example, this is what we're going to do. We're going to write B squared is equal to C squared, and the A squared goes onto the other side and becomes a minus A squared. So this is the difference between the first video you just watched and this video. We're going to do a subtract, not a plus. Right, so B squared is equal to C squared. Well, C is 13, so 13 squared. Minus A squared. Well, A is 5, so minus 5 squared. So B squared is equal to 13 squared minus 5 squared. It's not a plus, it's a takeaway, because we're trying to find a shorter side, not the long side. All right, well, 13 squared means 13 times 13. 5 squared means 5 times 5. 13 times 13 is 169. 5 times 5 is 25. So B squared is equal to, when I go 169 minus 25, I'm left with 144. Now, remember what we did in the first video. We're going to do the same trick. We're going to take the square root to get rid of B squared. We're going to take the square root of 144. So we're going to take the square root of 144. Something times something makes 144. And that's 12. 12 times 12 is 144. So we've figured out that B is 12. Notice that it's less than 13. 13 has to be the longest side in this triangle because it's the hypotenuse, the long diagonal. So if I'd accidentally done a plus, which some students do by mistake, you probably would have found that B is bigger than 13 and realized I've made a mistake. All right, example 2. Let's try another one. Here's a right angle triangle and we know two sides. One side's 11 millimeters, one side's 8 millimeters. So C is 11 and A and B are the other two sides. We've called A the side we don't know and B the side is 8. Right, so A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So this time, because we're trying to find A, here's what we're going to do. We're going to leave A squared there and put C squared minus B squared. It's a minus again because we're trying to find a short side. Right, so A squared is equal to 11 squared because C is 11 minus 8 squared because B is 8. 11 times 11, 8 times 8. 11 times 11 is 121. 8 times 8 is 64. And 121 minus 64 gives 57. Now once again we've got to square root it to get A equal to the square root of 57, which I need a calculator to solve to get to two decimal places, 7.55 millimeters. And we've figured out the length of A is 7.55 millimeters. Great, thanks for watching.